Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody who is about to get some great opportunity, and there's a little bit of a risk that you might pass it by or not even see that it's there. We've got Flight and Sage, Opportunity, Prosperity, New Venture, and Don't Wait. And underneath Sage, it says Harmony, Acceptance, Calm, Serenity, and Patience. So somebody has been dealing with, I feel, a lot of stress, a lot of tension. This could be work related. This could be your living situation. But there's this opportunity to pivot and go a different route or change what isn't working for you. So it's important to be vigilant or observant and also confident that if you make this choice that your intuition is guiding you to make, that it will go the way that you want it to. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of Winchenta. I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Let's dive in with... We're going to go with the Tarot of the Cat People. What else do we have? Do you want to try loading it again, just in case, Nicholas? Because I don't think I've had that issue before. What else do we have? Two of Cups, the Devil, and the Three of Cups. So we could have a close friend or a romantic partner that has fears related to your change or this opportunity. For others of you, there is a fear of making a change in your life because of somebody who claims they're looking out for you. But this is a very important move for you to be able to make. Hello, CJ. How are you doing? CJ, let me know if you have any sound issues like Nicholas, if you don't mind. We've got the High Priestess and the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Your gut is telling you that something is not going to go the way you want it to, no matter how much effort you put into it. And so it's guiding you to invest elsewhere or make the most of your time and energy. So take action on this new opportunity that comes through. This is like an escape for you. This is an exit ramp, because whatever difficulties lay ahead, they're not meant for you. They're somebody else's mess to clean up. Thank you, CJ. I appreciate that. Nicholas, I hope it's working out for you now. So someone else's karma may be hurtling towards you and you're able to step out of the way because it's not meant for you. Ten of Swords in the reverse. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Rejuvenation in the reverse. And Six of Wands. So in other words, you are not supposed to be around when ish hits the fan, because it's not your circumstance, it's not your karma. But getting away from that difficult situation or that tower moment is dependent upon you taking the life raft that is offered to you or the opportunity that comes towards you. With that opportunity, you have the ability to be much more successful. So I'd rather you be in a situation that encourages or guarantees your success. Oh, no worries, Nicholas. I hope it's working now. This is the Santa Muerte. What else do we have? Five of Swords, Four of Cups, Six of Cups, and the Chariot in the reverse. There is a time and place for guilt. There is a time and place for sacrifice. And I feel like there's something here that could make you feel guilty about choosing what's right for you, getting out of the crosshairs, moving into a more peaceful situation. because there's someone else here who may not be able to walk away from that karma or from that like hailstorm. So don't join this person in their misery just because they feel like you're supposed to be there to make them feel better. I do feel like for many of you, this is a working situation where you have the opportunity to apply elsewhere or take an offer to go work elsewhere and someone's guilting you into staying. For others of you, this is a friendship or a romantic relationship where you feel you've grown apart. One of you is working towards a better existence and the other is just kind of like, la, 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 la. They don't really care. And they want you to go through the difficulties with them when you've already gone through your own, when you've already learned the lessons that you needed to from that type of situation. It's not that you're done learning, but you don't need to relearn that, you know? Hello, Mr. Ghoul. How are you doing? Hello, Mystical World. Hello, Luis. How are you doing? I'm so glad to hear that, Luis. Good for you. Very happy to hear that. Hello, Curtis. How are you doing? So we've got the Empress, another Six of Wands, which is good, and the Hanged Man in the reverse. When your intuition tells you it's time to jump ship, when your intuition tells you there's a different way for you to be traveling, take a hint. Do it. Because you're able to level up. Let's say you and your best friend go out. You spent a little bit more time making sure that you look presentable than they did. Or maybe they didn't think it was a problem if they wore clothing that they knew would be problematic in a club. And then you go to the best club in town and they're willing to let you in, but not your friend. Now, in like an actual social situation, my response is you go somewhere where your friend can get in because the point is you're hanging out with your friend, right? But in this instance, when we're talking about spiritual awakening, if you have access to get into the best club in town because of the work that you put in, probably not about your looks, go into that club. I could be a little bit like bougie about it and even compare it to like those, like the Delta Lounge. I miss that, but it was also kind of like, it just didn't sit right with me. But it was so much nicer to spend my layovers in that kind of environment, free food, all of that stuff. This is saying if you got access to that high quality lounge, if you've got access to the best club in town, you're meant to be in that club, not walk away from it because your friend didn't dress up nice enough. Oh, I'm so happy to be able to do that. Hello, Dreams. How you doing? Hello, Darnell. How you doing? Oh, I love that. Thank you, Dreams. Same for you. We've got the King of Swords and the King of Wands. And this is your energy. It does not mean that you have to be a man, but this is obviously masculine energy. King of Swords tied to air signs and King of Wands tied to fire signs. I love this because it's that combination of being bold and going for what you want. Perhaps for some of you, also a hint of creative direction or your ability to see things before they exist and then bring them about into existence. Also kind of harkens back to that Empress energy. But this is saying that you have the smarts and you have the ability to go for what you want. Don't let somebody hold you back, whether it's in your profession or your romantic or social life. You know where you're supposed to be. Don't let somebody make you settle for less. I guess that's better than a red flag, right? Maybe. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. There's this moment where you pause and you think about it. Should I go where I want to go, or should I go where everybody else is going because I want to be a part of the crowd? Maybe whoever you are, you're not meant to be one of the crowd. Maybe you're supposed to be doing things a little bit differently. Maybe you've always been a little bit special or different, or you didn't really fit in with the crowd. Sometimes that ends up being the best thing ever. And I feel like your unique approach to things or your bold personality is opening doors for you that don't often get opened. So, like, check them out. All right, digital. Hello, Beta. How are you doing? Could you use not all capitalized letters? I would appreciate that. I do often answer personal questions at the end of the general reading with priority to those who tip, but I do also like to do some freebies now and then. Hello, Frequency Fix. How are you doing? I probably shouldn't assume that's what it is, but when I see those 4 letters together, that's what I assume. Hello, Aqua Beauty. What's up? Hello, Dracula. I know, right? Yeah. No, that's not quite right, Ghoul. I'm going to ask you to be more respectful or I'm going to block you, okay? We've got the 5 of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups. The 5 is an important number in this reading because you are being encouraged to take a different path. 5 is about change, disruption, things being different, walking away. But when you walk away, there's a little bit of a concern, almost like you feel guilty because you can't bring your friend. You can't stay in that relationship. Maybe it's a really fabulous job offer, but it's asking you to move across the country and you know that it would be the end of your relationship. If this reading is truly for you, this is saying either the relationship is going to survive that move or it wasn't meant to be in the first place. Don't sacrifice a thing that is meant for you. That's true. Yes, exactly. So we've got this requirement for you or this call to action, basically saying if you are given this opportunity, if you happen upon this, if you don't miss it, it is your ladder up, okay? Like Chutes and Ladders. It's your ability to bypass some things that you really don't need to be doing, things you've already learned, or places that you don't really need to be. So take that, I don't know, opportunity seriously. Yeah. This is the Rider-Waite or the Waite-Smith. I don't know, probably a bad insult. Entirely possible, Ninja. 666 does not have to have the demonic undertones that it often does. 666 can be about peace. Hello, Harsh. How you doing? 3 ladders. Ooh, you must be rich. Ooh. Okay. Sorry. I was still thinking about music, and then your question's easy. I was thinking about a music artist. Sorry. Anyways, I will often do personal questions at the end. Hello, Felicia. How are you doing? Oh, Zizi, please don't repeat your question. I mean, you can later on, but it's going to be a little bit before I do the personal questions, okay? So remember you came out as the King of Swords? Here we are again, King of Swords. Does not mean you have to be a man, but this is referencing your intelligence. Oh God, this is going to be... Okay, don't be mad at me. You're smarter than the person you're hanging out with. You're smarter than the person you're hanging out with. This Queen of Swords is in the reverse because inevitably what starts to happen is you two shift apart. Whether this is somebody that you're working with or whether or not this is like best friend or your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. They're going to start being resentful towards your opportunities, your intelligence. They're going to start dealing with some insecurity. Maybe you've already seen this, but there's a difference here. Now, am I telling you that you need to look down your nose at people, that you need to remember that you're the best thing since sliced bread? No. But what I'm telling you is when you're dealing with somebody who seems to be coming through as purposefully ignorant, not wanting to seek out those opportunities, and they are connected to you either by business or by social convention, you're dating. If they are intentionally obtuse and you are intentionally curious, why do you think that's going to work? I'm not trying to judge you. I'm just saying sometimes people have a prescribed amount of time in which they are featured in our life. That doesn't mean that you have to bypass or ignore the opportunities that are presented to you because you have this friendship or because you bump uglies. I'm sorry. I had to say it. Whoa, that is not cool. I'm gonna put you in a baby timeout. You wanna learn how to be an adult, you can come back, but that is rude. Hey, Gospel. I don't allow threats or judgment like that in here. Yeah, sorry that they called you out, Felicia. I got your back. Hello, Egyptian Empress. How are you doing? Hello, Aldrich. What's happening? So, am I quick to tell people to end a relationship or a friendship because there's something where you could make a lot of money? No. This is about more than money. This is a path that has purpose. This is a vocation that has meaning. This is something that you are meant to do, meant to pursue. And if there is a not super serious connection or a sense of obligation to a current job that makes you feel like you should not invest in something that is absolutely worth your time, then I challenge you on that. You wanna know why? Because I think you already know. You're the King of Swords. You're smart. Okay? You're smart. So don't play dumb. If this reading is for you, you know that there is a path that will take you away from somebody who cares about you, that you're probably being discouraged from following, but you know you would regret. In 5 years, how would you feel about it? In 10 years, how would you feel about it? In 10 years, would you have the same opportunities available to you if you don't take this one, right? What else? 3 of Cups. King of Wands. So you came out as the King of Swords, King of Wands. You did also come through as the Empress, just to be clear. So that's why we don't focus too much on the gender, right? But we do have somebody here who is basically hesitating on what they want because of a friend, because somebody, or because of a relationship, because somebody says, but you can hang out here for a little bit longer, right? Right? I got you, girl. And any messages from Spirit? Thank you. So precisely at this moment, if you feel like you know there's a path, there is something you are meant to do, and I do feel like this is about what you do to change the world, what you do with your skills or your talents, how you impact your community. For some of you, maybe it's charitable work. For some of you, maybe it's moving to a different place because you are called to a different community. Follow that intuitive nudge because it's telling you that you might have to take a little bit of a different path, or you might be walking on your own for a little bit before you get to where you are meant to be. But you are coming through as this 9 of Pentacles, which is pre-Empress. So the Empress level is what you attain when you move through this and let go of the expectations, or don't let somebody else stop you from where you're supposed to be going. We have the Two of Wands in the reverse, King of Cups. There's an unexpected criticism, someone you thought was on your side, somebody that you felt like you could rely upon, and you're not agreeing with them. They feel like what you want to do, or they are maybe like criticizing what you want to do. So there's this question mark here. Is this something that I should really pursue, or should I give this up because somebody that's in my inner circle thinks it's a bad idea? And this is saying it's merely an obstacle. They're trying to get you to give up on something that you know in your heart is what you are supposed to be pursuing. So don't allow them to take that away, right? Hello, Slightum. How you doing? Oh, thank you, Felicia. That's so sweet of you. This is the Gypsy Oracle. Doctor. So for many of you, you are meant to inspire people to resolve their issues. You may be a healer. That could be dealing with emotions. That could be dealing with physicality. That could be dealing with spirituality. But there's something here where you enable others to improve upon the existing situation or heal from past problems. Glad to hear that, Slido. We've got reunion and merchant. So there's something here that you encounter that makes you realize there's this deep passion or love that you have for something or some pursuit. I don't think this is a reunion with a person so much as your soul remembering what you love to do. I, for a long time, painted. I shouldn't say for a long time. For a long time, I wasn't really comfortable calling myself an artist, or I didn't really feel like I knew what I was doing with paint. And I think it's a long, difficult road of acceptance with that for most artists. But it's about finding what medium actually worked for me. And I feel like that's what this person is discovering. That maybe there's been a little bit of a hibernation. Maybe there's been a, you know what, I'll just do this job for now because it pays the bills. Or you know what, I'll stay here because I'm in a relationship and it's not like awful, right? But this is saying you're being called elsewhere, you're being called to a different opportunity, or there's something more that is meant for you, and settling is like not cool. Don't you want to be cool? So we have love and friend in the reverse. Don't deny your passion for somebody who is not being a very good friend, somebody who is not caring for you in the way that they should. I don't know you. I care about you, though. I want you to be happy. And if somebody wants to call themselves your friend, or if they want to claim that, you know, they're in that top spot, they're your significant other, but they don't want to be supportive in your journey. They don't want to make sure that what you are gifted and talented at doing is something that you're able to do. For example, maybe you're a really talented musician and your partner doesn't want to support you pursuing that because it means a lot of time away from each other. What kind of love is love without the support? What kind of love is it if you don't believe in somebody? You have to be realistic. You have to be able to pay the bills. But this is saying you would be. Six of Wands came out multiple times. You would be Queen of Pentacles, Empress. You are a creative force. Or you're somebody who's very entrepreneurial. If they're not going to believe in what you are capable of doing, what kind of love is that? Okay, Spirit got jokes. They're like, that's not love, that's an enemy. That's somebody who's pretending to be supportive. We have to find a balance in terms of what we expect with regards to support, what we offer. You know, you gotta know when to call it. But for whoever this is for, you are meant to do this. You are extremely talented in this. You could be very successful, or you've already seen a little bit of success perhaps in the past. So don't give that up for somebody who's jealous or controlling. They're following you, Matt. Hello, Nina. I cannot. Hello, Larry. This is the Morgan Greer. We've got the Five of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Two of Wands. So there's going to be an offer, and if you decline it or ignore it, I see disappointment or frustration in the future. You may even have resentment towards the person who prevented you from taking this opportunity if you don't follow your heart. So you may end up with neither of the things, right? Follow whatever it is that is your creative passion. Believe in yourself. Do this thing that is calling you. Because otherwise you're going to be feeling like you were left out or feeling like you missed the ship, right? That you were supposed to be on. You missed the plane. We've got Knight of Rods or Knight of Wands in the reverse and Death in the reverse. This is somebody who is not willing to change, somebody who has been blocking their ego death. As a result, they don't have the same ability to go after what they want the way that you do. So you are the King of Wands, right? That's somebody who's quite bold. This is like the opposite of the King of Wands. It's like, I'll do it tomorrow. I don't want to do it today. Hello, Larry. How are you doing? Where is Peter Griffin when I need him? That's funny. So we've got the Two of Cups and the King of Swords. There you are again. Ooh, and the Emperor. I like it. So you look at the situation, you realize that perhaps there's someone here who's being a bit selfish or is blocking you from what you are meant to do. So I see somebody taking a real look at what this connection is. Are you really my friend? Are you really, respectful towards me? Are you blocking me from what I want because it contradicts with what you want? Is it because you're controlling or possessive? Is it because you're jealous? That might factor into this situation. Why do they want to hold you back? Why do they want you to not invest in something that seems like a good idea? Why do they want you to dull this passion, prevent you from going after something that you want? It's about how they feel and about how they expect that maybe you would then walk away or you wouldn't want to be with them anymore, right? All right, let's see. This is the Catamancy. Hey, Grindheart, how you doing? Hello, Carrie, what's up? Nina, this is a general reading. But I do offer personal readings by email, which is in the description box for you. And I often do personal questions after the general reading. Hello, French. How are you doing? I'll pull a few more cards for the general reading, and then I'm going to start with the personal questions. We have the Empress again. Look at how adorable this card is. Yeah, there are going to be people who don't understand your path because they don't dream in color, because they don't understand what you're going for. They don't fully appreciate your gift, perhaps. But I'm going to stick by that. I don't think they dream in color. I don't think they dream the way you dream. Knight of Coins or the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse and the Knight of Cups. They're telling you that this is either not the right time or not the right offer, but they're basically an obstacle to your happiness, to your leveling up. Oh, thank you, Matt. I appreciate that. And right back at you. You are a great addition to the collective. I can always count on you for good music taste, at the very least. We've got Death in the reverse, Five of Coins or Five of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Star in the reverse. Their goal, because they are not willing to heal or mature, let go of this ego, Their goal is to make you abandon what you're passionate about. Their goal is to make you choose them. They don't realize that if they force you to choose them, that it will inevitably lead to a breakdown in your emotions or your feelings for them, because it'll make you wonder why they did that. Maybe not initially, maybe not right up front, but it's because they're unhealed or they don't want you to be out here popular and successful when they're not, perhaps. All right, we're gonna move on to the personal questions. What's up, bowling alley guy? Do you know about ray gun? Please tell me you know about the store ray gun. Please, 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 please. I may have tailgated a few times in Iowa. Yeah, I like it. That's cool. Yeah, not everyone appreciates my t-shirts. But I think they're funny. Yeah. I had a really good time in West Des Moines, right? Was it West Des Moines? Oh, that's awesome. Good luck with that. Hello, Dustin. I hope your day is going well as well. Angry man, I'm sorry to hear that. If you want to come back and be appropriate, you are welcome to, but we don't take that here. No, I did not. I did go to school in Iowa and kind of got obsessed. I have a lot of Iowa Hawkeye gear. Yeah, I have a lot of love for Iowa, but I grew up in Minnesota. Trying to think what else. My only other thing would be to mention Hertz Donuts. I think I'm supposed to say Hertz Donut instead of pluralizing it, but yeah. Thank you, Grindhard. How you doing? You have good timing. We're just starting off. We've got Aqua Beauty before you, and I'm going to jot down your questions real quick. She choose jealous friend over Grindhard, and has there been any good talk about me this morning? And did I win her over? And what was the last one? Energy. I'm writing this so sloppy. Sorry. I think it works. Okay. So, Aqua Beauty, we've got you up first. That is really rad. I love it. She's incredible. Very cool. All right. Did Aqua Beauty ascend? No. I think you specifically said last. Was it last? Oh, I don't know if you did say a time, actually. You said, did I ascend? But here's the thing. There's something that's changing for you. Because we have the Wheel of Fortune. So Hierophant in the reverse, there's still something here that needs to be addressed. But Wheel of Fortune is like, it's moving for you. So you're already approaching where you need to be. It's like basically encouraging you to stay focused and keep moving forward. What is it that she needs to know regarding ascension? World and the reverse, Three of Wands. There's still an action that needs to be taken. Unfinished business. Sun in the reverse. King of Cups in the reverse. This has to do with emotional connections and depression. So it could be there's something that needs to be communicated. It could be that there's someone here that needs to be forgiven. Is this about forgiveness? No. It's about sabotage. So there is communication or action that needs to be taken regarding something that has really upset you, and it has to do with sabotage. Somebody who is not being supportive. It could even relate to the reading that I was doing, the general reading beforehand. Any messages from Spirit, please? Ace of Cups in the reverse, Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Wands in the reverse. This is about whether or not you invest in an emotional sense with somebody. So it seems kind of tied to what's blocking you right now. Basically saying if you are not being shown love and this person is avoidant or doesn't want to address whatever the problem is, give them that space. Don't seek that. If there is something here where you feel like you need to be the first person to reach out, this is saying, I don't think so. You've already put in a lot of effort here. The thing that needs to be done regarding the ascension has to do with somebody who has been a saboteur, somebody who has caused a lot of drama. Maybe it's as simple as walking. I hope you enjoy them. I'm sending you a big ol' hug. I hope you've got some additional clarity from that. But I love that you got the Wheel of Fortune. That's positive energy. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. It came out sideways. So this is like, you're almost there. You just got to turn the corner, right? All right, let me use a different tarot deck for Grindheart's questions. I didn't do it. It was me. Who did that? Was it you? Grindheart, which tarot deck should I use for you? I think we're going to do the Everyday Tarot. If you haven't been here for very long, I might be just a little bit clumsy and sometimes I drop things on the floor. Hello, how's it going, Frostbite? I hope you're having a good day. Hello, I don't know what that says. Hello, Angie. How are you doing? Thank you, Alley guy. I have half a mind to upload a picture of the other ray gun shirt that I have, which is a map, very incorrect map, and yet spot on, of the Midwest with like names that people think it is. Like Michigan is Midigan. All right. And I think there's like, anyways, I'll show a picture of it because it's too funny. I'm gonna not do it right if I try to do that. Grind hard. She choosing that jealous friend. Remember she came out as the High Priestess in the reverse? Here she is as the High Priestess in the reverse. No, there's something here that your lady friend has identified or observed to be inaccurate at best, but more realistically, I think she's starting to question this friend's integrity or honesty. Like, it kind of feels to me like you're giving me bad advice. It kind of feels to me like you're not seeing things clearly. So I would say, no, I think she's seeing things are not necessarily fair or said in her best interest. So I think she's questioning this friend. So we've got, has she been talking positively about Grind Hard today? She's been, I think she's actually in, maybe even arguing with someone right now. This might be related to the jealous friend, to be honest. I don't think that she's talking about you so much as trying to figure out if she can trust somebody else. Hey, Monica. Do you want me to pull some random cards for you, or do you have a specific question? Thank you for the tip. Yeah, so be cautious, grind hard. I do feel like there's some drama happening right now. Is he going to be able to win her over? Not right now. Ace of Cups in the reverse, Ace of Swords in the reverse. She's defensive right now. I'm telling you, I think there's some drama happening with someone she thought she could trust. It could be this jealous friend, but it's like her walls go right back up because somebody did something. The number 9 could be important because we have the 9 of Wands and the 9 of Swords, but she's freaking out right now. So don't push her too much right now. Be there for her. Why was he feeling her energy? Because she was thinking about whether or not she would feel like safer or if she would be protected if she was near you. I don't think she's been talking about you, but I do think she's been thinking about you. And I think it's hard for her to talk to anybody about what's going on right now because trust is an issue. She would like to trust you. For love life, I got you, Monica. Hey, Julissa, how are you doing today? Would you like me to pull a few cards for you? I'm gonna do Monica's love life reading real quick, and then you would be up next, Julissa. I'm gonna get a different set of cards though. All right, did I drop that? Oh, there it is. All right, we're gonna go with the Pause Tarot for you, Monica. I'm so excited for you. Good, Aqua Beauty. I believe you grind hard. All right, so what do we see for Monica with regards to love, please? Seven of Wands in the reverse, the Magician, Queen of Wands. Oh, really? Okay. I like this. Do you feel magical this week? You should. There's something very strong about your manifestation. Now, we just had the harvest moon, so that could be part of it, right? But I see you drawing in something that you want. I feel like you've been manifesting for a long time, whether you knew it or not, wishing for something, and it wasn't the right time. But now I see this Queen of Wands as what you want, this good news, it's coming in. It may look a little different than you expect, so be open-minded. If you wrote on your Christmas wish list that I would really like to have a red Camaro and a black one shows up in your driveway, you won't be mad about it. I mean, you could just get it painted, right? Or wrapped or whatever. This is saying you're going to get something. It might be slightly different than what you're looking for. It's maybe somebody who's just a little bit different from your normal type. It may be that you're waiting for an ex to come back and a different ex comes back. But this is saying be open-minded because I do feel like there's something good coming for you in terms of love. Pun intended. But there's a concern here with justice being in the reverse that you may not feel super confident about this person. You may hesitate. Be careful with that. You may be communicating a rejection that you don't intend to communicate, right? It doesn't mean that it has to be an ex, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if I were to order a chicken sandwich from Burger King, as one does, I love those things. I know they're probably not good for me, and I like to add cheese. If they don't add the cheese, I'm still gonna eat that sandwich. It's still gonna be delicious. If they give me a spicy chicken sandwich instead of the original chicken sandwich, I'm still gonna eat it. This is saying, even if the order is slightly different than what you expect. Now I'm hungry. All right, Jalissa, did you clarify for me Okay, so random cards. Let's see. What do we, hold on, I just saw Temperance, but I want to make sure I communicate this is for Jalissa. Monica, we are all rooting for you. Jalissa, what do we have for Jalissa? Eight of Wands, fast-moving energy. This is saying, Jalissa, that there is something changing for you in your financial or like your stability, your house stability, that kind of thing. It does require that you make a quick decision. So maybe there's something here related to insurance. Maybe there's something related to a project. Maybe there's something here related to buying or selling. But there is something that really does have a positive impact on your happiness, your stability, your money. It requires you to move quickly. So don't hesitate. Once you have all the information and you feel like you know what's going on, then move that forward. All right. I think I'm getting hungry. I might have to go. Yes, Aqua Beauty, there's a couple different types, right? It's still progress. All right. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next reading. Toodles.